good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time zone you're watching this from. I do appreciate if you're watching, period, that you're watching at all. Anywho, I was watching the Holly Holm versus Bueno Silva fights last night. Pretty good fight card. Very entertaining fights. There's a prospect at 170 by the name of Jack. I can't pronounce his full name yet. I haven't really paid attention to his full name, but JDM. In his post-fight win interview, he faked his retirement. Pretty obvious that it was a joke right off the bat. I don't see anything wrong with it. A little bit of humor, hilarious. But it sparked a thought and a memory that went under the radar. Nobody really ever talked about it. I made a couple tweets about it, but it sat wrong with me because Dana White decided to bash a specific fighter when they faked retirement to get attention. And of course, I'm talking about Clay Guida. So Max Holloway and Arnold Allen fought a while back. Incredible fight, and shout out to Arnold Allen because in between the 4th to 5th round, his corner's pretty much telling him, hey dude, you gotta go in there. You gotta let it all out. We got to knock this guy out. Arnold Allen is looking at his coaches sitting down on the stool and asked, World War III? That's the saying, like, dude, do I just go to World War III? Maybe it's like a phrase that they say, pretty much saying, hey, it don't even matter anymore if you get knocked the fuck out. Just throw caution to the wind and let's try again. It's knockout or be knocked out. His corner pretty much answers, yes, that's what we mean. And in one of my favorite moments of UFC history, Arnold Allen very excitedly, he's tired, he's breathing heavy, but he's like, fuck yeah. Like, he lives for those kind of moments. I thought it was pretty cool. Anywho, but in that fight card, Clay Guida fought against a fairly new up-and-comer. He loses a decision. For those that don't know, Clay Guida is literally in the Hall of Fame, the UFC Hall of Fame. A lot of us know him. A lot of even casual fans, you technically would know who Clay Guida is. Had a legendary career. But anywho, they decide to interview him shortly after he loses a decision. He has taken off his gloves, and Daniel Cormier, being the guy that's gonna interview Clay Guida after his fight, is the one that actually asked in the first place. Okay, just remember, Daniel Cormier is the one that asked in the first place, hey Clay, you took off your gloves. Is this it for you? And in return, Clay Guida goes along with the question, just to fuck around. No big deal, right? He's like, yeah, this is it, man. And then quickly lets it be known, no, I'm kidding, I'm not gonna retire. But I wanted to trade gloves with my opponent, which I thought was very honorable. I thought it was a pretty cool moment because it's a symbolic way of passing on the torch. I'm sure that Clay Guida felt great mentally and physically while training for the fight. Went out there and performed and realized that he just can't do it anymore. No shame in it. So he wanted to pass on the torch. That's the way I saw it. Come the post-fight press conference, the post-fight night press conference, Dana White is asked about that incident or that interview by a journalist also who is not doing his homework correctly. I'm gonna try to leave it on the description. I'm gonna try to find who the journalist is who asked this stupid fucking question and pretty much riled up Dana White. But he's asked about the fake retirement, which to Dana White responds, yeah, you know what? That's pretty, I'm not quoting here, okay? But it pretty much went along the lines, yeah, that was a pretty tasteless move on Clay Guida's behalf. And that he's upset and bothered that he would fake a retirement just to wish somebody a happy birthday. I believe I forgot to mention you guys that Clay Guida actually, not only did he mention he wants to trade gloves, but he gave a shout out to his mom because it was his mom's birthday. Let's fast forward to the press conference. Dana White says that it's in bad taste and poor taste for someone to fake a retirement just to wish somebody a happy birthday. Well, that's that person that you're mentioning that made a shitty move by faking a retirement, that your host, Daniel Cormier, your buddy, Daniel Cormier, is the one that put that thought in everybody's head initially. That guy was wishing his mother a happy birthday. That guy that's been a veteran of the UFC since around 2006. That guy that you and your committee there in the UFC or board of whatever kind of douchebags you guys have up there decided to put him in the Hall of Fame. That guy that you speak of so low as to, like, if you're agitated by him, that guy has poured so much blood, sweat, and tears into your company. Even if it did bother you, the least you could allow this legend to do is to make a little joke about a retirement and whatnot. I didn't see what was the big deal. And I think it's very disrespectful for Dana White to have said that about Clay Guida. I think it's actually even disrespectful of the MMA world, the UFC fans, because a lot of you Twitter warriors out there stand up so much for these fighters and how mistreated they are by Dana White and underpaid, and the list goes on. But moments like these happen and they go under the radar. No one really talks about it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually absolutely tired of Dana White and just his hypocrisies. I mean, I've never heard him that agitated when it comes down to John Jones or McGregor. And these guys are literally beating up women, committing crimes, doing all kinds of crazy shit, you know? But poor old Clay Guida gets dragged into this joke by Daniel Cormier. And he pretty much gets shitted on by his own boss. Anywho, take care, you guys. You guys have a good one. I just thought I'd rant a little bit and share that opinion. And I hope you guys stay productive, okay? Till the next one.